Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday, middle of the week here, episode, November 10th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and Fantasy Football Guru, Philly Pete, and we're live, as always, on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. Yes, it's been a week since I've been on the air, so it's very, very happy to be back. Took a little vacation down south to Florida to see some friends, basically see my cousins and family. It was a nice little guy trip out of it, and it was good. It was a good time. It was nice to get away for a couple of days. Then you get home to reality. You see the baby. You missed your family, so it was always nice to get back. And here we are. We're back. We're live. So this show, Pete's Power Plays, as always, is sponsored by BetUS. 12 Ounce Sports is an official partner now of BetUS, and what better way to start cashing out large than go to BetUS, create an account, use that promo code 12ounce, 12OZ, and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Simple as that. BetUS, create an account, promo code 12ounce, 12OZ, and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Zingo TV, channel 761. Those out there tuning in, welcome aboard. If you don't have Zingo TV, get it. It's a free app. I mean, they have a lot of good channels on there, but the best channel is definitely channel 761. That's 12 Ounce Sports. That's our channel right there on Zingo TV. So sign up with an account, free. Promo code 12 ounce as well, and then flip over to channel 761 where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And last but not least, Amazon.com, of course, the wintertime is right upon us. Get bundled up. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Once again, www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. And last but not least, again, the 12 Ounce Sports Store. Make sure you check out all the apparel that we have on the 12 Ounce Sports Store. A lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. Hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tanks, whatever you name it. Buy it today. I have a lot of Pete's Power Plays apparel there. You know, sweatshirts, the hoodies are hot commodities. They really are. Very comfortable. They keep you warm, especially during the late fall into the early winter stages. And also, like I said, the King of the Ice apparel dropped as well. But get yours today. I'm telling you that you won't be disappointed. So we're back here. It's been a week at least since I've talked to you guys and seen you guys. Last week we had a great run. We had a hell of a run. I'll recap the entire week. And, of course, the typical transparent form that I am. And then we hit, last night's bloodbath. I mean, probably, I thought I was doing pretty crappy for the most part, from the beginning of the season. And last night was just the cream of the crop, losing every single bet possible. Which happens. I mean, I know cappers that put out 15 and 20 bets and lose them all. I mean, it's just part of life, part of the game, transparency. I've been doing NHL capping for 4 seasons now. Okay. And like I said, clients that I have through thick and thin stay with me. I even have clients that bet my normal Twitter plays for free. I mean, you can only imagine, but that's why they stick with me through and throughout. Everyone else that follows my plays through thick and thin, man. You guys have been riding with me for the last 4 years now. And, of course, the first 3 seasons were absolutely incredible. I know we have a long season. We'll get it back. We're down over 30 units now, but that's just part of the game. It's part of life. That's what happens. I'm not going to sit back and feel sorry for myself. That's just not how it goes. So, no. You just strive forward, like I always say on this show. Keep your head up. Stay confident. Let's rock and roll. I mean, the plays last night, I loved every game. Honestly. But to go 0-11, I mean, that's just how it is. You can't script it any better than last night. Again, stay positive, stay happy. I mean, that's just part of the game. I love doing this. I've always loved doing this. But clients, man, they've been sticking with me through thick and thin, and they're riding with me. Probably the best bunch that I've had in the first 4 seasons of capping. So it's been great. It's been a great run, obviously, and obviously this season so far hasn't been the best. But again, it's early. We'll bounce back, and we'll take it from there. So since the 3rd of November, let's rock this out. So we had a good night, another good night. We went 4-2. Canes Hawks over 5.5. Oilers Predators over first period 1.5. Those both cashed out. Oilers first period minus a half goal, that lost. Blues on the money line, that lost. Oilers Canes money line parlay for the clients at plus 140, that cashed out. Avalanche and the Jackets over 5.5, that cashed out. So it was a nice Wednesday night to get things rocking into Thursday. 4-2 with a plus 1.95 units overall. That was a good way to start into my little vacation that I had. So we go into Thursday night, and we did a little bit better. We go 5-3 with a plus 2.8 overall units. Clients cashed out a 2-unit play, which was the Sharks Blues over 5.5. So that was a big play for them. Like I said, Islanders money line, that cashed. Flames under, Flames money line, both lost. Bolts over 5.5 lost. But the rest of it, just a nice end to the night there. Caps over 6 at 1. Kraken minus 1.5 at plus 130, that cashed out. Bruins first period minus a half goal, that cashed out. And now those were great value plays that cashed out. So that's exactly what we wanted to see. And of course, like I said, the client 2-unit play was the Blues Sharks over 5.5, and that cashed out. 5-3 with a plus 2.8 units. Like, we're absolutely wrong. We were absolutely wrong. All right. Next up, Freaky Friday edition. Incredible. Another, again, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night of last week. Absolutely incredible. It was a great run, and now we're back to reality, losing. Last week was just a nice 3 days, and we were killing it. We were absolutely killing it. We swept Freaky Friday, which is a shock. Jets, Hawks, over 5.5, that cashed out. Preds, Devils, plus 1.5, puck line parlay, that cashed out. Oilers, first period, over 1.5, parlay with the Hawks, first period, over 1.5. That cashed out, plus 195. Good money there if you tailed. And then the clients, another 2-unit winner there. Oilers on the money line for a 2-unit winner there. We go 4-0 with a plus 6 units overall, plus 6 units on the night there. 4-0, nice sweep there. And during that time, on Friday, last 3 days was a plus 10.75 overall units. So 10 3/4 units overall on those 3 days. Clients basically with 3 straight sweeps, going back to that Wednesday with a plus 7.4 units as well. Rocking and rolling. I mean, that's what happens. That's just a good spell. You're hot, you're cold, you're cold, you're hot. That's just how the NHL is. That's really how it is. Saturday, right off the bat, we have a nice afternoon matinee sweep. The Senators and Bolts over 6, and the Bolts on the money line. 2-0 already to start the afternoon. Like, absolutely just rolling. Another sweep. Friday night sweep leads into a Saturday afternoon sweep. 2-0 off the bat right there. And then we get down to the nitty-gritty. The rest of the card goes 5-5. I know I have a lot to talk about, but go 5-5 on a Saturday with basically a half a unit loss. So, it wasn't bad. Even day for the most part. He lost a half unit. Not too bad. But all in all, it was a decent day. 5-5 overall. Avs and Reg, Flames under, Sharks over. Wings money line with the Bruins puck line plus 1.5 parlay there. You got a solid value there too. Just didn't cash out. And then the Caps Flyers over 5.5. So those were all losers. The winners of the night there was, of course, the afternoon matinee sweep. Knights on the money line. Pens Wild over 5.5, and the clients had the Islanders on the money line. So of course that cashed out. What else? That was Saturday. Let's go into Sunday. Sunday once again. Saturday and Sunday. We go basically 5-5 on Saturday to a 4-4 on Sunday. I mean, all in all, on between Saturday and Sunday, you lost about a unit, less than a unit, honestly. Crazy. It was just a crazy weekend. And, of course, we get into the start of the week, which gets even worse. So Sunday, real fast. Wings money line, and then the Wings Knights over 5.5. That cashed out. Preds money line, and then the first period over, and the Isles money line. Those 3 lost. Blues under 5.5. That cashed out. Canucks on the money line. That hit. And the Stars Canucks under 5.5, that lost. There was no client plays on Sunday. Monday Monday. We do a recap. 1-2-1. Now it gets a little bit bad. Okay, so you go 1-2-1 minus 2.2 overall units. Panthers on the money line, that lost. The only winner of the night was the Cap Sabres over 5.5. I did add the Leafs Kings over 6 live. Kind of wish I took that earlier at 5.5, but again, it is what it is. That pushed. And then the Leafs Caps moneyline parlay was a 2-unit play for the clients, and of course that lost. Kings absolutely destroyed the Leafs there, so nothing you can do there. That's just the way. That's honestly the way it goes. All right, on to last night's bloodbath. Now, again, when it comes to capping the NHL, I am 100% transparent. You all know that. Through thick and thin, positive, negative, winners, losers, I don't hide. I say every goddamn thing I say here, losing wise. Winning wise, okay, you're gonna get the cream of the crop here. That's why I consider one of myself like one of the better cappers, because a lot of people hide their losses, and that's not cool. You don't do that. So here we go. Last night, 0-11. All right, we'll throw it out there. I did post it on Twitter, but now that I'm live with you guys and those that didn't see my post earlier, we're going live right now. So 0-11. Minus 12.5 units. Yes, transparent as always, because that's basically how I am. That's how I've always been in the 4 years of capping this sport. Panthers, Jets, Blues over 5.5. Pens, Hawks, Oilers, Wings over 1.5. Bruins first period, minus a half a goal. Flames money line, Pens in regulation. Oilers money line live at plus 450. I took a chance with that. Panthers, Devils under 6. Pens, Hawks over 6. Canucks money line. All lost, 0-11, minus 12.5 units. Clients go 0-3. Again, you go from winning 7.5 units down to basically losing, a really disappointing 2-unit moneyline parlay to basically going 0-3. So you get hot and you get cold. That's the name of the game. That's how it's always been. That's how it is for hockey in general. I mean, every capper understands that. You have your dry spells and have your great spells. I mean, you're hot or you're cold. That's just how it goes. So there you go. Overall in the NHL season right now, I'm 93 wins, 116 losses, and 4 pushes, minus 35 units overall. To be exact, minus 35.1 units overall. That's just how it is. Season's still early. Let's try and bounce back. I appreciate everyone that's reaching out to me. Clients, I know I have a bunch of you out there, obviously. A lot of you reached out to me in regards to this. A bunch of you that I'm friends with on Twitter, my hockey Twitter friends that I have, all reaching out. And I appreciate that. I always do. I always appreciate the kind words. I always do. Listen, like I'll give you straight shooter. I mean, if you want to follow me, follow me. If you don't, follow buttons right there. Okay. If I'm helping you lose, I mean, that's the name of the game. All right. If you're just going to unfollow and clown and troll, there's no time for that. I just laugh that off. I just don't have time for that stuff. I'm too old for that stuff nowadays. The unfollow button's right there. If you want to unfollow me, go ahead. But again, when it comes to transparency, I'm one of the best out there, honestly. So that's just part of the game, and that's how you succeed in life, man. So simple as that. Simple as that. But so let's go. We have a basically a small card tonight. 3 games on tap. And I'll talk basically tomorrow night's game, Thursday Night Football game as well. So sit back, relax, give me a 2-minute commercial break. And when I get back, more hockey and more DFS. I'll talk to you guys in 2.
Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-ounce sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120ZE and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Wednesday, November 10th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and Fantasy Football Guru, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports, as always, and Zingo TV, channel 761. This show, as always, is sponsored by BetUS. Create an account today, use the promo code 12 Ounce. Once again, BetUS. Create an account with them today, use the promo code 12 Ounce, and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Zingo TV, channel 761 as well. Welcome aboard, those that are tuning in. Free app, download it. And once you do, flip over to channel 761. You'll be hearing today's episode live, of course, as always. Pete's Power Plays. Amazon.com, winter is quickly arriving. Okay, get bundled up today. Support the crew. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. And don't forget to check out the 12 Ounce Sports Store. We have a lot of good stuff in there. Hoodies, shirts, tanks, whatever you name it, even sweatshirts. Again, get bundled up, go to 12 Ounce Sports Store today, and get your Pete's Power Plays apparel as well. Again, they're hot commodities. I have different colors, orange, black, gray, white, you name it, it's on there. And simple as that, there you go. All right, so first segment of the show, I talked about basically recapping the whole week of the NHL since I was away from you guys. But now that I'm back, we have a solid 3-game slate tonight. So you go from 11 games to basically 3 games. All right, that's just, NHL was pretty good last week when scheduling the games 2 weeks ago. Now you're back to a nice Wednesday night rivalry sort of session here, and we're going to start off the afternoon with the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Philadelphia Flyers down there in Philly. Over/under set at 6 here. Toronto minus 130 on the money line. A small value, or a small, I should say, money line there, or favor Philly plus 110. Okay, some books had them at plus 115. It depends, like I said, where you shop. Basically, where you shop, you get good numbers. But I'm seeing plus 110, plus 115. Earlier this morning, I saw a plus 120 spot. So, but that's no longer available. I don't think so. So Toronto minus 130, Flyers plus 110 as a home dog there. 65% of the money though is going towards the Flyers at that plus 110 spot. And 35% of the money is going towards Toronto. Toronto on the road is 1-3. Puck line, they're 0-4 on the road, covering their puck line in the last 4 games on the road. So not good stats whatsoever for the Leafs. And basically 5-5 when it comes to the overs. The over 6, however, is at minus 120. The under 6 at plus 100. So you're getting even money there if you were to take the under. Flyers, on the other hand, 3-1 at home, 3-2 when covering the puck line, and 4-6 when it comes to the overs in their last 10. So right off the bat, I'm smelling a nice dog here, and I might be biased, but I just like the way Flyers have been playing at home, playing extremely well at home, and they're coming together. The boys are buzzing, they're coming together, and they're back home after a solid couple of nights away, in that metro. And I like the Flyers here, man. Give me the Flyers money line at plus 110. Toronto really haven't been entertaining me, or should I say, keeping me of interest. Of course, I mean they're loaded. I mean they have a great team, obviously. Austin Matthews, Tavares, Marner, just to name a few of the guys on that loaded squad. But they haven't really shown me anything yet to back them up. So I'm going to go dog here. I'm going Flyers here on the money line at plus 110 as a small little value there. As a dog at home. And honestly, I mean, when you look at this, the Flyers puck line's at plus 1.5. It's at minus 200. It's a lot. It is a lot, but I do consider putting down a parlay with the next game I will talk about. That would be Nashville-Dallas. But real quick, give me the Flyers money line at plus 110. I like the Flyers puck line at plus 1.5 as well. And like I said, Toronto, it's tough to trust this team in terms of scoring. I mean, they've been pretty inconsistent, but 5-5 in their last 10. And starting goaltenders for tonight, you have Carter Hart for the Flyers, of course, and Jack Campbell for the Maple Leafs. And you know what? Just the way that the way that Flyers have been basically scoring a lot in the last couple prior to this 4-6 run, but before that they were scoring at will. In Toronto, you expect to see some goals here as well. So, as talented as these offenses are, I'm going to go with the over. I'm going to go with the over 6 here at -120. I do like that. I will drop the little, and not too much juice, of course not. The -120 is about pretty good for these two teams here. So that's where I'm going. Give me the over 6, Flyers, Leafs, and Flyers in the money line at +110, and the puck line at +1.5. So that's where I'm staying at between the Flyers and Toronto. All right, next up, Nashville Predators at the Dallas Stars. Over/under set at 5.5. Dallas -150 on the money line. Nashville +130 as a dog on the road there. 65% of the money is going towards the Stars. 35% of the money going towards Nashville. Nashville on the road, 3-2-1, 4-2 when covering the puck line, which is pretty darn well. 3-7 their last 10 when covering the overs. Not too good. Dallas, on the other hand, again, 1-1-1 at home, 0-3 when covering the puck line at home, 3-7 last 10 when covering the over. So over/under set at 5.5. I'm going with the under. The trend is the under, and I know last game between Vancouver and Dallas, you saw an easy over. I did not expect that at all, but I do see an under 5.5 in this spot here. That's where I'm leaning. And again, I'm taking the dog here. I like the way Nashville has been playing on the road. 3-2-1, and they're covering the puck line 4-2 in their last 6 games on the road as well. So you kind of have to, you got to give a little bit of respect there for Nashville, and that's exactly why I like the Preds here in this situation. So give me the Preds money line at +130. I'm feeling another dog here tonight. It is a wacky Wednesday, so you never know what you're going to get. I thought Freaky Friday was bad, but Wacky Wednesday is up there as well. Nashville +130 on the money line. I also like the under 5.5 between these two teams as well. Now, if you're thinking of a money line parlay, a dog money line parlay, Flyers, Nashville, basically that pays out. That basically pays out at plus between, I think it was +300. That was my thing here. Let me find this out for you guys real quick. Money line parlay between these two teams here. That will be roughly. So it basically pays +376 on the money line there. So for a 2-team dog parlay, Flyers, Predators, basically it pays out +375, +376. Again, depends what kind of book you have. But if you're laying $100, that's $375 in return if they were to cash out. That's just a nice dog parlay that I like there tonight. If you think in the Nashville Flyers puck line parlay at +1.5, that pays +125. So $100 obviously pays you $125. So you're getting a little bit of value there too at +125. So if you want to play the safer route, I do like that +1.5 puck line between Nashville and Philly at +125. But if you want to be crazy, take that 2-team dog parlay that pays out basically +375 odds. So that's pretty darn good if you're asking me. So there you go. Nashville money line, Nashville +1.5, and the under 5.5 between the Stars and the Preds. All right, the nightcap game. We have 10 o'clock start, Minnesota at the Arizona Coyotes. Arizona finally getting their first win of the season, cracking in a much interesting but yet not surprising effort when they blew the lead and gave Arizona their first victory of the NHL season. Over-under set at 5.5 here. Minnesota's a whopping -205 on the money line. Arizona +180. 75% of the money is going towards Minnesota. I'm not surprised. 25% of the money is going towards Arizona. At that basically +180 spot. What else? Minnesota regulation is -145. So something to consider here on the road. Okay, here's the interesting stat between both teams. But Minnesota, they're 4-2 overall on the road, 1-5 when covering the puck line on the road, 6-4 when covering the overs. Arizona, 1-3 at home, 1-3 when covering the puck line, and 4-6 with the overs. Now, Arizona might be like, all right, we have our first win we have our first win of the season. Maybe it'll boost us up. Obviously, we know Minnesota is a very scrappy team. You'll see a good game from them one day. Next game, you can see an absolute flop. This could be an absolute flop of a game from Minnesota that I could see. But I just don't think this could be a good momentum boost for the Coyotes. Yeah, we got our first win finally. Maybe we could go back home and get a victory as well. We have Minnesota coming in. It's highly possible. I'm not going to drop down. I'm not dropping the minus 205 spot at all on Minnesota on the money line. I'm just not feeling that way whatsoever. But I do like Minnesota in regulation. I do like that. Minus 145, minus 140. I could easily see it. I could see a 1-goal game here. This could be another Philly Pete Bingo, Bango, Bongo edition where you see Minnesota win in regulation or a 1-goal game. Basically, Arizona covers that plus 1.5. Minnesota wins. And, again, Arizona can score. Arizona can score. And we've been seeing somewhat of an amount of overs because you could get a couple goals and we could easily be good. Minnesota can score. But 6-4 in the last 10, 4-6 for Arizona. I'm going to go with the over 5.5. I'm going to be simply honest here. I like the over 5.5 here. I think we really do get a decent amount of goals between Minnesota and Arizona. But this could be a bingo, bango, bongo edition right now. Arizona plus 1.5 on the puck line. Minnesota winning on the money line as well, but I'm not dropping that. But my play here tonight, that was definitely Minnesota in regulation at minus 140, minus 145. Shop around. You might get somewhat of a better number. You probably won't get anything less than minus 135, maybe minus 140. But that's where I'm standing. So give me Minnesota regulation minus 140. I like the over 5.5 here as well. I do believe we see a fair amount of goals. So there you have it. If you missed out, here we go. Over 6 Flyers in Toronto. I like the Flyers money line at plus 110. That's where I'm standing. I like Nashville money line at plus 130 and the under 5.5. Dog parlay, Flyers Preds that pays plus 375 if you were to do that parlay. A puck line parlay between the Preds and the Flyers at plus 1.5 pays plus 125. So obviously you're still getting a pretty solid value between both two teams to cover that plus 1.5 puck line line there. And then the nightcap, Minnesota Wild in regulation at minus 140 and the over 5.5. So there you go, short card. If you missed out, of course I retweet it and I send it out every so often throughout the day so you guys can tune in and see where I'm at for this evening's games. All right, so I got about 3 minutes left, and let's talk about a quick Thursday night DFS. Obviously, these lineups have been cashing out. I think we're about 18 lineups now that we've cashed out since week 1. Clients have been cashing out pretty darn good as well, especially on Thursday. I feel like the single games have been cashing out a lot compared to the Sunday slates. Like Thursday nights have been cashing out. A couple of Monday nights have been cashing out as well as of late. So, but all in all, we're having a very successful year. Even Twitter, even my Twitter lineups. I know I've been giving it out. Just lots been going on. Of course, busy. So I try and get out that lineup as soon as I can. But obviously things come ahead of Twitter. So that's just how it goes. So for Thursday night, you have the Ravens against the Miami Dolphins. I mean, it's probably not going to be the best game, but it's good to see how pretty decent, how the Ravens will come back after losing that game over the weekend. I'm sorry, they won that game over the weekend. Sorry about that. Yeah, Ravens won. Of course, Justin Tucker, Mr. Untouchable, Mr. Consistency will make anything for you. Automatic, I should say, Mr. Automatic. So the Ravens did win that game in an absolute fashion of all. So, but for DFS for Thursday night for tomorrow, as of now, I have Lamar Jackson, obviously. I think Lamar's going to have a nice, solid day there. On the ground, passing-wise, he's been doing pretty darn well as definitely this season. So give me Lamar Jackson. I'm not high on any quarterback for Miami yet. Still trying to figure out who's going to start. Not really fond of it. So give me Jalen Waddle in the meantime. He's been doing pretty good so far this season as well. And the only player that they honestly throw to besides Mike Gesicki. So give me Lamar Jackson, Jalen Waddle, and give me Rashad Bateman. All right. Hollywood Brown you could probably put in there. I have a feeling I'll probably have a lineup including him with Lamar. But Rashad Bateman's going to be that wild card, I think, that we see a lot of tomorrow night. And that's just a typical Thursday night football edition right there. So Lamar, Jalen Waddle, and Rashad Bateman. There you go. And tomorrow I'll talk more about where I stand in terms of lineups, too, for DFS. So, unfortunately, I'm out of time. I hope you all had a great time. Glad to be back. And just be on the lookout for my plays, and we'll bounce back. Clients, be on the lookout for yours. Have a great Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.